Content creation looks different for everyone. Some people batch content once a week, others schedule everything out in advance, some treat it like a creative outlet, and others run it like a full-time job. For me, it's pretty much my entire day, 7 days a week. If you're new here, I'm Megan. I was working in finance until late last year, and I started my YouTube channel a little over a year ago now. I uploaded my first video and immediately fell in love with the entire process. It felt kind of insane to leave a stable 9-to-5 job when I had like 200 subscribers, but I've always been more creative than numbers driven, and I was so proud of that first video, and I just knew that I needed to keep doing this. Now I'm a full-time content creator, and most of what I post is stuff that I finished that same day. I don't really pre-schedule or batch content. I'm just in the phase where I want to get as much content as I possibly can out there. I usually start the morning by making a rough list. What I want to film, edit, post, nothing super detailed, but if I don't write it out, I end up jumping between tasks, maybe getting distracted, and not finishing what I need to get done. And if something doesn't get done, it moves on to tomorrow's list. Throughout the day, I'm bouncing between platforms, filming, editing, checking analytics, responding to emails and DMs. It's a lot of moving parts, and it's definitely not always as aesthetic as it looks online. One thing I have been doing is putting my phone on Do Not Disturb while I'm editing or filming. I get so much more done when I'm not checking my notifications or messages all the time. It's not always perfect or pretty, but this is what a realistic day in my life looks like now that I'm doing content creation full time. It's still pretty new for me, and it's kind of fast-paced and a little chaotic, but it's genuinely something I love doing. Good morning. I am so excited to film this video. I'm going to be showing you guys a few days of my life as a full-time content creator. I love watching videos like these because I think every content creator does things so differently, and it's so cool seeing other people's routines and schedules and how they manage their time. I'm someone who is still kind of figuring out their routine. If you guys are new here, I recently moved to Portland. I feel like I'm starting to get the hang of things. Today is Monday, and ironically, usually Mondays are the busiest days in my experience, but now that I do content, it's actually one of the slower days because I try to film on the latter part of the week. So usually it's Wednesday through Sunday, and then I do a lot of the back end work and like things behind my computer or on my phone like Monday through Wednesday, and then just kind of like scattered throughout the rest of the week. But today, this morning, we're gonna start out with going to ceramics class. And so I always film going to ceramics. I feel like it's fun showing you guys a new hobby and like progress that I've been making. So I'm gonna make a matcha real quick, and then we're gonna head over to ceramics class. I'm gonna pack up for ceramics. Because I film pretty much my entire ceramics class, I need to bring my tripod, all my camera equipment, and I usually like to bring something to wipe off my camera because I'm constantly kind of like moving my tripod somewhere else or my camera, and I feel like it gets clay on my camera, and I worry just a little bit that I'm gonna ruin it, but also I gotta do what I gotta do, you know? Here is my Osmo Pocket 3 case. Right when the class starts, I ask the instructor if I can film there. 9 out of 10 times, well, so far it's been 10 out of 10 times, people have always said yes. As long as like I'm respectful of the people around me. I try not to film other people when I'm doing this stuff in public, and that goes for workout classes, these ceramics classes, like unless I'm specifically asking someone if they want to be in my video, I just assume the answer is no, and I just try to be respectful of that. So asking people and just being honest and transparent from the start helps a ton. Everyone's been super chill about it. So that's kind of how I film in public. It's definitely still awkward, and I have this full like tall size tripod everywhere I go. One of the biggest things that I realized now making YouTube videos is that there is actually so much more intention and planning that goes on behind the scenes of all the videos that we like to watch. Back in the day when I was just watching YouTube videos, I thought people were picking up the camera, saying whatever was on their mind, piecing it together and posting it on YouTube. And that was honestly how I filmed my content for probably the first like 6 to 8 months. And then I realized that there actually is a lot more planning that goes on behind the scenes. So recently I have been making decks and briefs for every single YouTube video that I've been making. And that has helped me so much to stay on track with the kind of video that I'm creating, whether that's going to be a hidden gems video or a cozy Sunday vlog, an ultimate spring reset. Like there's one main theme that I'm talking about, then I can sprinkle in whatever I feel like kind of sharing with you guys. But no matter what, I always know that that's going to be the concept of the video. Whereas I used to do the opposite. I would film everything and then try to figure out if there was a concept, which didn't really work out for me. Once I have the title down, then I think about how I want the flow of the video to be, whether that's going to be super fast paced and motivating, or if it's going to be a cozy Sunday vlog and it's going to be pretty chill and more mellow. That kind of dictates my energy a little bit. And once I know those two things, then I write up an agenda and a script. So the agenda is, say it's a hidden gems video. I pick out the 5 places that I'm gonna go visit. I jot down notes about them. And so for part of the script, I always like having some fun facts that I wanna share with you guys that I might not have known about until I did some research on the place. Obviously, I'm still new to Portland, so I haven't gone to all these places yet before. So I always try to make sure I do my research, write down some things before I go into that day filming. It's a little bit easier when it comes to actually filming, because sometimes I get camera shy, and then as soon as I turn on the camera, my mind goes blank and all of a sudden I forget everything that I ever researched. And so I always like making sure I have some talking points. So those are some of my really helpful tips that I've been doing, and I would highly recommend making decks if you make YouTube videos too. May gray is upon us. It is so ugly out right now. It's actually downpouring, which is crazy because the April we've had, April was so gorgeous and sunny and it felt like summer. Now we're in May. It's 4:45 right now, and honestly, I think I'm just gonna like put on some comfy clothes, make a little tea, and edit for the rest of the day. Have a busy day today. It's 7:45 in the morning right now. My boyfriend Alec already went to the office and we just kind of had like a very early start to the day. And I will say a key to an early morning is an early bedtime. We definitely go to bed pretty early. I feel like I'm definitely ready for bed by 9 p.m. I just get so much more done in the mornings than at nighttime. And I've always been this way my entire life. So I just feel like I know kind of like the schedule and the routine that works for me. When I started making YouTube videos, I knew that I wanted this to work because I was just so passionate about it. And even over a year now of making YouTube videos, I love it so much still. But I think when you're building out anything for yourself and you're kind of being your own boss, you definitely have to have good time management and have pretty strong discipline with yourself, because there are definitely days where I don't feel like being super productive. And you just have to figure out what works best for you and the people around you. My boyfriend is very much included in this because just as much as I'm making content, he's definitely in it with me and in the entire process with me. So one thing that we really try to focus on is making content creation a part of our lifestyle. So it's something that we always think about doing. We're always kind of brainstorming different ideas. And like, yes, we do kind of make time for ourselves. Usually that's just kind of like at the end of the night where if we're hanging out, or like in the mornings having coffee talk. I don't know, even date nights. It's like we like filming during those moments or posting on Instagram stories. Like it hasn't really become a nuisance at all, just because we both have enjoyed doing this and he knows how much I love making it too. And so it just has worked out. And of course it's important to give yourself some breaks and rest every once in a while. And every person is very different when it comes to making content. But as of right now, I'm still in go mode. And so we have a busy day today. And so I'm excited to take you guys along with me and show you guys a lot of the back end work that actually goes into making content. So I have a Substack channel, which is basically like like a blog post, and I always try to repurpose my content as much as I can. So if that means making short form videos, I post it on all platforms, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. But when it comes to writing out blog posts, I usually like keeping the concepts and the themes similar to what I make on YouTube. And so I think for today and this morning, I want to write up a blog post. Hopefully I can do it before I go to the coffee shop later. But my last YouTube video was what 72 hours without social media looks like. So I want to write up a blog post right now on that concept, but I definitely have to get going on that so I can finish it because, you know, writing, creativity, if it's flowing or not, it kind of all depends. So hopefully I'm in the creative writing zone right now. So I gotta lock in right now. To a coffee shop right now, and I always like going to coffee shops whenever I've kind of been at home for a couple days in a row, just kind of working by myself, because I feel like going to a coffee shop makes me feel like I'm a part of society. I feel the energy of the people around me versus like this apartment can get pretty quiet, especially when I'm by myself for the majority of it. And so I love going to coffee shops, especially doing like computer work, things that I have to do, like even posting things on Instagram or YouTube or anything. I always like going to coffee shops for that. Also, I'm wearing this kind of like layered shirt and I have not done this since middle school maybe. And I was like, I don't know if I should wear this, but to be honest, like the main reason why I wanted to do this was because I don't want to wear a bra, and this is a perfect solution. This is the outfit today. I have my little jean skirt on. I've been obsessed with this jean skirt recently. I feel like it's so cute. So I've mentioned this before, but these are my Instagram drafts. From the moment I wake up, I take photos and videos throughout my day, then I'll post it. So this is kind of something where I've already put text over it, and then when I get to the coffee shop, I always start my morning with this daily overview planner because I feel like it's so helpful writing everything that you need to get done in this planner. This is where you can write like your top 3 priorities, like mandatory, you need to get these 3 things done by the end of today. And then these down here are just like any other tasks. I put both personal and work things I need to get done down here. And mentally, I feel like it really helps when you actually have to cross something off the list throughout the day, but also it just helps you remember. Some days I forget to write my tasks down. I just forget certain things that I have to get done because when everything is like in your brain, I feel like it can be hard to remember everything. So this planner, I live by it. I recently came here for the first time for my Hidden Gems video, but ever since I went, I've still been dreaming about coming back. So now we're gonna go back to Cadejo Coffee because I really do think it's such a good place to get work done. So let's go. I just wrapped up at Cadejo. It is 3 p.m. right now. I got there at like 10:30 or 11, I think. I don't even know where the time went. I just had a lot of computer work to do. I'm obsessed with that place. The owner of the coffee shop is literally just the sweetest guy ever. It was such a good, cozy environment. Like it kind of just felt like I was at home actually. And I was super productive. Good music, good vibe. Now we're going back home. Okay, I just got home and I have a YouTube live at 3:45. It is 3:03 right now. I'm making this kettle and fire vegetable and quinoa kind of like soup thing. I haven't really eaten like a proper lunch, so I want to do this before I do the live. I also want to change, and this place is like so just kind of like cluttered right now. never watched a YouTube Live, a YouTube Live is basically where instead of watching a YouTube video that is a little bit more heavily edited, a YouTube Live is just where you go on and it's obviously live in the moment. And I've only done this one other time on YouTube, but I'm excited. I think it's so fun, like collaborating with other people. I'm going live with Haley Carpenter. I'll tag her in the description. Actually, this would be really cute. A little summery shirt. I always have to retouch my makeup for this because whenever I get like embarrassed or in like kind of uncomfortable situations, and like going on a live, I definitely get nervous and I definitely get a little bit uncomfortable, and so I get so rosy and my cheeks get actually bright red. So that's why we're doing a little touch up of the makeup just to hide my nerves and embarrassment. Got my soup here, and I also have my computer here with me because I want to go over some of the talking points and questions we have kind of like written up for each other. And usually these things are super organic, so like I don't really come up with like super planned out thoughtful answers, but if there is like a story in mind that I want to share, I do want to make sure that I have that already. Some things you just don't remember in the moment, and then at night I'm like, I should have said that instead. Okay, I just joined the live and this is kind of what it looks like, waiting for host to let me in. Alright, I just finished my live with Haley and it was so fun. It's crazy because going into it, you always feel like it's gonna be a lot longer than it actually feels. I think we ended up going live for like 45 minutes to an hour or something, and it went by so fast, but I love stuff like that. But I wanna wash my face right now because a couple weeks ago, I put like a pretty thick layer of retinol on my skin, and so I've kind of been in recovery mode the last couple weeks, but my skin just feels like so dry. So whenever I put foundation on over my dry skin, it's like I don't like the feeling. Usually as soon as I can, if I don't have like work stuff to do, if I don't need to have makeup on, it is not gonna be on my face. I just don't like the way makeup feels for some reason. Gotta put this on and then keep editing. I have a couple shorts that I want to edit right now, or a couple reels. But anyways, I need to post the rest of my stories on Instagram because sometimes I post most of it like throughout the day, but then I still have stuff from like the second half of the day. So I'll probably just edit the stories and some reels tonight. Good morning. It is 9:30 in the morning right now, and I'm so happy because I just finished editing and posting a reel onto TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And I try posting one reel a day, and I'll also post my stories throughout the day on Instagram. And sometimes those two things catch up to me. I'm working on other projects during the day, and then when kind of like the evening time comes around, then I have to like rush edit and post it, and then I get super stressed out. So when I can do it first thing and I actually get it out of the way, I am like, yes. And the reason I like posting one reel a day is because it just gets quantity out there. And the more quantity you have, it's not necessarily like more of a chance to go viral, but you just learn faster. Like if you post 7 shorts a week or 21 shorts a week, you just learn so much more than if you post once a month or once a week. And so I'm just trying to get reps in just so that I can like learn as fast as I can and just get better. So while I do think that like posting once a day and doing all these different things can be overwhelming sometimes, it's like I just like holding myself to that standard and seeing if I can do it, because obviously like if I'm super overwhelmed, I have so much to do, I need to go to bed, whatever, it's not the end of the world if I don't post that day, and I have had plenty of those days. I just like at least having those goals for myself so that I have something to like work towards, because again, like when you're running your own thing, it could be very easy for me to do nothing all day. All right, coffee is made. It is time to post my YouTube video. Well, it's technically not time because I don't know how people wait like days or months to post something. Like when I finish it, it's getting posted. So usually I try to post around 2 p.m., but the video is ready, so I'm just gonna publish it right now. And I get so excited whenever I get to post a video. If I could post a YouTube video every day, I would, but I cannot do that. So let's post this thing. Hidden gems. To be honest, on days that I post my YouTube videos, I am on YouTube Studio, like the analytics page, all day. Like I'm constantly refreshing it because I feel like the first day or two of posting a YouTube video matter a pretty decent amount because you can see what's working and what's not, whether you need to change the thumbnail, whether you need to change the title. And so I just get a little bit nervous. You know, when you make a video, you're just very proud of whatever you're putting out there. And there's a lot that goes into it. And so I think like, I just hope that you guys like it as much as I do. It's just like bound to happen that some videos aren't performing as well as other videos, but that's just kind of the nature of it. But yeah, sometimes you just never know how it's gonna perform. I just made this smoothie for lunch, and I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Avocados, the key ingredient to the creamiest and most delicious smoothie. I'm gonna have this before heading over to a co-working space, and I'm just gonna go get some work done over there and prep for a meeting that I have this evening. Let's do a little taste test. I crushed it. That's really good. Okay, perfect. I'll see you guys later.